In a small village named Sitapur, nestled among lush green fields, lived a young man named Ravi. He was humble, hardworking, and filled with hope despite his simple life. Raised by his grandmother, Amma, Ravi often wondered about his parents, whom he had never known. Amma would always deflect his questions, her wrinkled face shadowed by sadness. Your parents were good people, Ravi, but they're gone now. Focus on your life ahead, she would say softly. One summer afternoon, as Ravi returned from the fields, Amma handed him a letter. This came for you today, she said, her eyes filled with a strange mixture of worry and curiosity. Ravi unfolded the yellowed envelope. It was from a lawyer in the city, informing him that he had inherited a property from a distant relative. The letter mentioned a mansion in the nearby town of Chittor that had been left to Ravi's parents, and now, by some unknown twist of fate, it was his. Amma's face paled as she saw the letter. Chittor? That place is full of secrets, Ravi. Be careful, she warned. Ravi was puzzled. How could a mansion he had never heard of suddenly become his? Despite his grandmother's concerns, he felt a strange pull toward this unknown part of his past. He decided to visit Chittor and learn more about the inheritance. The next morning, Ravi set out on his journey, his heart pounding with excitement and trepidation. After hours of walking, he arrived in Chittor, a town that seemed frozen in time. Tall, ancient trees lined the streets, and the mansion stood at the far end, shrouded in mist, towering over the town like a forgotten giant. The mansion was eerie and grand, its iron gates creaking as Ravi pushed them open. Inside, dust and cobwebs covered everything, but it was clear the house had once been magnificent. In the center of the main hall, a portrait hung on the wall. Two figures, a man and a woman, with kind eyes that resembled his own. Could they be my parents? Ravi whispered. Suddenly, a voice interrupted his thoughts. You must be Ravi. Ravi turned around, startled, to find an elderly man standing in the doorway. He introduced himself as Raghav, the caretaker of the mansion. I served your parents for many years, Raghav explained. This mansion holds many memories, some beautiful, others painful. Can you tell me about my parents? Ravi asked eagerly. Raghav sighed deeply. Your parents were generous and loving, but their lives were cut short by a terrible accident. There are things about your past that Amma never told you. Things you deserve to know. Ravi's heart raced. What secrets had Amma been hiding from him? Raghav led him to a small, hidden room at the back of the mansion. Inside was an old chest covered in dust. Raghav handed Ravi a key, his hand trembling slightly. This chest holds the answers to your questions, Raghav whispered. With a shaky hand, Ravi unlocked the chest. Inside, he found a bundle of letters, photographs, and a locket. As he sifted through them, tears filled his eyes. The letters revealed a shocking truth. Amma wasn't his real grandmother. In fact, she wasn't even related to him. Ravi's parents had been wealthy landowners, and after their tragic deaths, Amma had taken him in as her own out of kindness, raising him as her grandson. But why would she hide this from me? Ravi asked, his voice shaking with emotion. Raghav placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. She did it out of love, Ravi. She wanted to protect you from the pain of losing your real family. In her heart, you became her own. Confusion and anger welled up inside Ravi. Why hadn't Amma told him the truth? Why had she kept him in the dark for so long? Ravi returned to Sitapur that evening, his mind swirling with emotions. When he confronted Amma, her eyes filled with tears. Ravi, I only wanted to protect you, Amma said, her voice cracking. You were so young when your parents died. I thought if you believed I was your grandmother, it would be easier for you to grow up without feeling the weight of loss. Ravi's anger softened as he saw the sorrow in Amma's eyes. She had raised him with love and care, never once treating him differently, despite the truth. Slowly he began to understand that her deception wasn't out of malice, but out of love. Over the next few weeks, Ravi spent time reflecting on his past and his future. He visited the mansion again, carefully exploring its rooms and learning more about his parents from Raghav. The more he learned, the more he realized that his past, though filled with tragedy, had also been filled with love. From his real parents and Amma, one evening, as Ravi stood in the mansion's garden, gazing up at the stars, he felt a sense of peace. He realized that the mansion wasn't just a place of loss, it was a place where he could build a new future. He decided to restore the house, turning it into a home where people from the village could gather, share stories, and find support. Amma, though growing frailer by the day, supported Ravi's decision. "Your parents would be proud," she said softly. Months passed, and the mansion slowly came back to life. Ravi welcomed everyone, young and old, into the home, transforming it into a community center. It became a place where villagers could learn new skills, children could play, and people could gather to share their joys and sorrows. Through his journey, Ravi discovered that life was not about clinging to the past, but about embracing the present and creating a future filled with hope. He forgave Amma completely, understanding that her intentions had always been pure. Together, they built something beautiful, both in their relationship and in the mansion. The story of Ravi teaches us that life is full of unexpected twists and turns. Sometimes, the truths we uncover may shake us, but it's how we respond that shapes our destiny. Forgiveness, understanding, and embracing the present are key to moving forward. Ravi learned that even in the face of deception, love and kindness can prevail, leading to healing and new beginnings. In life, we must not hold on to anger and resentment when faced with difficult truths. Instead, by opening our hearts to forgiveness and understanding, we allow ourselves to grow and create something positive out of life's challenges. Ultimately, it's the love we share and the connections we build that define our happiness.